Hey, welcome back everybody. Thank you for tuning into the Smoking DJ. On today's video, we're going to be working on some pulled pork sandwiches. This is the prep time. It's going to be a long cook. We have about 13 or 14 hours to look forward to. This is the actual pork butts that I'm working with. A couple boneless. They're 18 pounds, so about 9 pounds each or so. I'm going to go ahead and open them up, season them. Show you guys how to throw them on the pellet smoker that I have. I'm using a signature blend for the pellets. It's a mixture of hickory, maple, and apple. So that should give it really good flavor and smoke. Since I do have two butts here, I'm going to be using the honey hog barbecue. It always trips me up. And then also Holy Voodoo. So the Holy Voodoo has a hint of like jalapeno, giving it that little spice it has. Paprika, garlic, onion, so it's a kind of give it a different flavor profile. So let's start here because we have a long night. Right now I have the pellet grill outside with at a temperature running about 200, so that should be good to go ahead and cook. It'll be about, like I mentioned, about 13-14 hours. So it's gonna go straight down the middle here. Open. Oh yeah, these things are beautiful. There's a tiger stripe here. Is the money meat. This is the good meat here that gives you the best texture and flavor. So let's check out the other one here. Not bad. I got two good pieces here, so pretty excited about that. The fat cap here, we're gonna leave that on. We're gonna use that since it is gonna be a long, slow cook. We're gonna leave that on just to make sure that it doesn't go through and burn out the meat. So again, all of the fat cap back here, we're gonna leave that. So I wanted more or less to just open it up to see how we're looking. We have all this excess meat here. I'm not happy with the way that looks, so I think I'm just gonna cut this off here. See, we have some fat, so I want to more or less square these off, so it makes it easier, and then I'll just throw this one on and see what comes out of it. So let's see here. Let me get this wrapper out of the way here. And once again, whenever you're working with pork, it is super important to make sure that you wash your hands with soap and warm water. So I'm going to do that because I need to go ahead and grab our binder. I'm going to be using a mustard binder. And the reason why I'm going to be using mustard, first off, you're not going to taste it while it cooks. So at the end of the cook, you're not going to taste any mustard. So if you guys are thinking that that's the case, the purpose of it is once I coat both sides of the meat with the mustard, it'll be yellow. And then as I'm seasoning, I can see where I missed the meat and where I missed the seasoning. So, and again, we want to put seasoning everywhere. We want to put it under here, under the flap here, on every single side of the pork butt. So give me 1 second, I'll wash my hands and then we'll come back to that. All right, got my mustard. So gonna go through and again just swirl it all around. You don't have to put too much on there. And then with one hand, just kind of lift the flap here, get some in there, lift it in there. Okay, then just rub it all around. Make sure you get that, again, the colored yellow everywhere on the meat, so that once you coat it, you're able to see where you missed some of that seasoning that you want to put on. All right, I'm going to flip it. Very good. And I always say, don't forget the sides. Again, money meat with the tiger stripe, right? You want to make sure that that's nice and seasoned so that it gives you a really nice bark. Which is going to be flavor. So, all right, so it looks like that one's done. I'm going to work on this little mini piece here. You don't want to waste any meat. So, this is, again, I just cut it so that I could go through and square it off, but it's still good meat. Oh, this one got another fold down here. So, it's got this up here and then down here. So, all right. Flip that over to the back side. And again, some people like to go ahead and trim off the fat. You can if you want. Since mine's going to be a super long cook, I'm going to leave it because I want to protect the meat. And then the fat will render down, and all it's going to do is going to give you more flavor. So at the end of this, at the end of 14 hours or so, I mean, this should just pull apart. It should just, by hand, it's going to be really good. Some people like to use those claws where they stick their hands in and they claw it. I'll show you guys how with the low and slow, it's not necessary. So very good. This bigger piece, I'm going to go use the Holy Voodoo. So, and again, you want to do it from kind of up top so that it spreads out evenly. And so you're able to see where you're missing the seasoning. You can smell the jalapeno, which is delicious. On the side here. All right, flip it over. Very good. And then don't forget, like I mentioned, the flap, right? You want to lift up the flap, get some in there. The little crevice that it has in there. Very good. And then put it on the side. Oh, that's going to be so good. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, if you wanted to, you could take off some of the excess fat on top. Again, I'm not even going to touch it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Okay, now I'm going to do this little junior piece here with the same thing. Just because I really like the seasoning of the Holy Voodoo. All right, very good. Then we're going to go to the honey hog. So with this honey hog, same thing, from up top. And this one's more of a sweeter rub that you have here. Good. Turn on the side. Put it on the back. And once you flip it on the back here with the mustard, it kind of looks like chicken, like seasoned chicken, which is funny. So go down to the tip here. And again, you could go ahead and pat it down. Make sure you get the seasoning in there. And then once I'm seasoned fully, you're going to let this sit for about 20-30 minutes. If you want, you can do it overnight as well. Don't forget the flap down here. If you do it overnight, obviously it's going to go ahead and pull out most of the water in there. I'm just going to go through, since it is a little bit later in the night, I'm going to go through and let it sit for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Just for it to go ahead and bind really good with the meat. And then throw it into the smoker. There we go. That looks good. So that's it. That's it for the prep. You pretty much just look at your meat, see if you're happy with it, square it up the way you want, then go through and use a binder. You don't have to use a binder. You could use some sort of oil if you want it as well. I like to use the mustard again because of the bright yellow. Then you're able to go see where you missed some of the rub. Smoker's at 200. About 25-30 minutes, I'll go out there, put these in, fat side down. That's going to protect the meat. It'll go ahead and render. Eventually, about every 3 to 4 hours or so, I'll go through and I'll spray it with some apple cider vinegar and a mixture of apple juice to give it that nice dark bark that we're going to be looking for. So that's it. Let me go through and let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll throw it out on the smoker. See you in a bit. Alrighty, so it's been about 28 minutes or so. Let me show you the meat itself. Let me bring this down a little bit so you guys see here. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. So, I mean, look at that glaze it has right now. It's awesome, right? So, my grill is currently at 189, which is perfect. Good smoke coming out already. And we'll start off with the honey hog one. Again, fat side down. Try to stretch it out as much as you can. And the reason why is for it to go ahead and try to cook as evenly as possible. This is the Voodoo. And we'll just throw a little piece. Let me move this one this way a little bit more. Let's stretch it out. There we go. And again, that little piece is just a little extra that we want. So, try to get this back up. There we go. So again, I'm gonna leave it in there for about 4 hours or so, and then I'll come back outside and close this off for us not to lose any heat. And so, in about 4 hours, I'll come and check it out. It should give me a nice mahogany red color already, but it is going to start drying out a little bit. So that's when we go ahead and squirt it with the apple cider apple juice mixture that we're going to go ahead and put on the little spray. So see you guys in about 4 hours or so. I'll show you guys the color that his and the bark that has built with the low and slow cook, and then it's just the beginning of a long night. See you guys. Okay, so it's been about 4.5 hours. We have our mixture of apple cider vinegar with apple juice on here. Let's take a look at the meat. Let's open this up here. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about, the mahogany color. So all you're gonna do is squirt it a little bit. There was a smoker keeping it again at 200. Make sure you spray all around to ensure it doesn't dry out on you. Now a good test whenever you're cooking is to go ahead and scratch the top. There's nothing coming off. That means that the rub has it binded already with the meat, so that's a good sign. Let me show you this one over here. Look at that sucker. That's the one with the honey hog. So all right, so in about 4 more hours I'll come back out here, squirt it some more. That'll be hour number 8, and then we'll see how it looks. We'll do a temperature check. We're trying to get it up to about 195, 200. And then we should be able to go ahead and pull it. So, see you guys then. Okay, so throughout the night, I came down and I continued spraying the pork butt. We ended up using about that much there. Remember, it's just a 50-50 mix. So, about to check the temperature now. I just came and I looked at it. It got super dark because of the amount of spray that I used, which is okay. Some people might not want to use that much, but I'll show you guys here. Oh, that's a great color. I like it like that. That's the way I kind of like my my briskets as well. So I'm going to use my external probe here. And let's go and check out what we got. Let's see how smooth that goes in. Oh, like nothing. We want to hit about 201 or so. 186. 198. Okay, still warming up. You know what? We're at 198, which is okay. Oh, there it goes, 199. So I'm guessing it'll be fine. Let me check that little piece in the back now. Oh, that went in like butter too. Similar, about 196. Let me check this one. Let's see how easy this goes in. 198. That one's a little bit over. It's at 203. So it's about time we pull these off. So I have my handy dandy golf spatula that I use for pretty much everything. So you're gonna need something like this. Some people like to use another type of grate on top, so that it just pull all that off. It's good to go through and spray it with some sort of oil for it not to stick. I'm just gonna use my spatula because that's what I use most of the time here. So this should be good enough. So I'm just gonna get it in there. See, that's what we're talking about right here. Oh, look at that. It's already falling apart. Try to get in under this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. All right, so we got the little piece off, but it's so tender. Try to come in on the back side. So again, you could spray for you to avoid this, or again, if you get a separate one, it'll go through and work as well. I don't want smoke in my face, so let me turn that down. Wow. You know what? I might have to end up just taking the entire. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take the entire thing in. Let me grab. There's smoke in my face now, so let me see if I can do this. See, it's easier to do it this way. I decided not to last night, and now I'm paying the price for it. So lesson to be learned there. So we got this one as well. And if you guys could get some of these things are awesome. They're like grill pads. So they're good for cleaning and moving the grill, and it makes it a lot easier. So little piece here. Oh God, that's so flavorful. Get another little piece from down here. So you guys can see, this is what kind of stuck, which is some of the rub. Some of the best flavor on there. So I'm gonna turn this on. All right, we're gonna take this inside, let it cool down for about 15 minutes. That is so, that's the holy voodoo with the jalapeno. I can feel the little kick on there. So delicious, excited. So I'm gonna take this inside, let it rest for about 15 minutes or so, and then start yanking it. You guys will see the money meat. It's just gonna pull off. I mean, this is gonna fall apart literally in my hands. So I'll be back in a couple minutes here. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes or so. Brought the pork butts inside. Gonna try to go through and take them off this grate here. Yeah, that's cooling up pork to the touch. And again, I didn't oil these. And you know what's cool? If you guys have some of these, you guys don't need to have the metal ones, but if you guys have the disposable ones, those are good to go through and then put the meat in there. So you can, there you go. Oh, look at that deal. It's all the fat, which is awesome. Oh, no, move. Oh, maybe not. There we go. So I'm gonna put both of these over here. Oh yeah. Look at that. All that fat right there. I'm gonna throw that back in there. That's all goodness right there. It's all flavor. So put that over here. You see all that fat rendered through, and that's what was stuck there. So that's all flavor. So that's gonna go back into with the rest of the pork butt here. All right, let's see here. There you go. So started this late last night, like at 8:30 or so, latest. It's now close to noon. So 8 to 8 is 12 plus 4. So in about 15 hours or so it took to get it up to 200. And see, I like this crunchy stuff. Throw it in there. Give it some sort of texture. So, all right. So now, oh, look at that. I mean, it's falling apart. Look at this. Look at that. It's still kind of hot. But check out that smoke ring right there. That is a beautiful, beautiful smoke ring right there. Right? So I'm going to continue pulling this apart as much as I can. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see how juicy that is. Look at the juices. Right? And it's been, again, 15 hours. So you want to get it up, like I mentioned, you want to get, I mean, it will come off easier, but it's pretty hot. I'm not trying to burn myself. I mean, check out the juices. I mean, this is awesome. I'm excited about this. Look, I didn't even pull the bottom off and it's already, I mean, this entire piece just fell off there. So I think I'm going to let it cool down a little bit more. And now it makes sense why people use that claw, right? I ran out of my food gloves. My food gloves would have helped out to be able to get that, but that's one of the edges there. I'm just gonna I'll try this deal here. Let's see here. So, that's good. Wow. That's the honey hog. So good. I mean, just lifting up the bottom. Man, it's so good. Lifting up the bottom, I mean, look at this. This is just falling apart. You can see, it's just, I'm barely even touching it, and it's coming apart. So, I mean, look, I'm just gonna squeeze it, and the meat's coming out. So, gonna continue breaking that down. This is, let me try the jalapeno one, the one with the voodoo. I tried from my buddy here, from the little piece here. That's hot. Look at that. I mean, that smoke ring on there is unreal, right? So let's try this one here. The honey hog was on point, let me tell you. It was very good. So let's try this one here. Oh, by far. See, I like spice, so the jalapeno comes through, and then the heatness of how hot it is. Oh my god! I wish you guys could try this. Same thing. Super. Let me see. I can't. There it is. Look at that. Oh my gosh! So good. All right, I'm gonna have a couple of those. Anyways, I'm gonna continue breaking this apart, pulling it, and then you know what's interesting? I thought about it. A lot of people like to put barbecue on them. This one doesn't need. Neither one of them needs the barbecue, but this one, because of the jalapeno, it just, man, that's freaking delicious. I'm still gonna put some barbecue on there. I'm gonna use my Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce that I have. I'll show you guys in a bit, but I've used that one in the past in other cooks. But excited to go ahead and have some. I have some of the Hawaiian bread. Going to do some sliders, maybe with some coleslaw, stuff like that. So we'll prep it up, and then I'll show you what we ended up with. All right. But again, 18 pounds worth of pork butt. The 2 different rubs. Took about 14 and a half, almost 15 hours to get to this. And let me show you on the big butt. Let's see here. Let me move this way. So this here, let me see how easily this one falls apart here. I mean, it's ready. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at it. I mean, literally by itself falling apart. So I'll show you guys the juices on that one there. I mean, it's just, let me try this piece here. Wow. Woo. Aha. All right. I'll continue pulling it, make some sandwiches, and then I'll show you the end result.